What is up, DTube? What is up, the Steam blockchain? Today I want to talk about blockchain games and sort of the future of it, because I was talking to a friend that was basically a friend that sent me a pretty cool project. So it's a project that is focusing on creating digital ownership in games with cryptocurrency. So you would be able to play this game and you either create an item or you get an item, but it has a cryptocurrency, or you can melt it down to a cryptocurrency, right? And this project here is called Enjin, yes, Enjin, enjincoin.io. They have a website, and I'm gonna go over the white paper a little bit so you can sort of understand what you're trying to do. The first thing I want to say is they have really put a great focus on beautiful design, which for me, it shows that someone might say, oh, well, it's just the low design on a website, but it's also in the white paper. It's sort of, in many ways, it shows that a company or a team sort of is serious, but they probably are serious about what they're doing, and that they have long-term plans. So to go over some quick things of what Enjin is trying to do with this Enjin coin is, first, they're going to use ETH with ERC-1155 token standard. And I also think that they're going to use ERC20. So this means that you can mint unique gaming assets like cards, as on the Steam blockchain we have Steam monsters, rare cards, scarce weapons, and mighty heroes, for example. So a digital item in a game, of course, it can be like anything depending on the game. And then you also have fungible tokens, so in-game currencies, virtual goods, gold coins, cards, generic loot items, mineable resources. I mean, basically any digital asset in a game, you will be able to assign you will be able to basically assign a cryptocurrency to it, and that's what Enjin Coin is basically trying to do. That is going to work. They're trying to create a platform with ERC tokens where games can come in and they can use this Enjin Coin, and you can basically create in a game, you can create these rare items and then you can melt them down to this Enjin Coin, which actually I think is already available on CoinMarketCap, which is pretty cool. Mint and melt, modular, integrate, scale. Okay, let's just go over some of the stuff that they already have here. So first, they have already an Enjin wallet, so secure wallet for game collectibles, and supports the standard big cryptocurrencies. They already have the Explorer and API. Oh, wait a sec, it's coming soon, but they're gonna have that, which is cool. And then they have a network they're working on here, and software development kits also to help developers, generic SDKs, so you can find out more about that. But let's go over the white paper a little bit. So here you can see some use cases, for example, how it would be able to be worked. That you would be able to use it in Minecraft servers. You can use it in World Crypto, energy, esports. I mean, the possibilities here are basically limits. Like any game would be able to use something like this. And let's go over the white paper, because the white paper is really, really good for this project, basically. So first, the logo here. This is basically the logo they're using here. Okay, so let's go over some quick things here. This is also an updated white paper. I'm probably gonna leave it in the description of this video if you want to check it out. So let's go down to the purpose. The purpose that they have is basically they want to create virtual goods on the blockchain. They want to create an easy to use gaming cryptocurrency, and they want to create or have SDKs for the game industry to basically make it easy to combine games with a cryptocurrency wallet. And one of the key thing here is basically that they want to do this thing, that they want to do a new gaming experience with real ownership, okay, and value. So basically the modern games these days that people play, they're playing it, maybe they get some items, but they have no real ownership, and it's usually very hard to sell. We're starting to see that people using fiat money, for example, to sell some and buy some, and for example, I think Counter-Strike games, they're starting to implement that, but you still have to deal with fiat. It's slow, it's not as smooth, it's not frictionless, it's not actually real ownership, and it's not as fun because you sort of also know that the fiat money is usually not going to rise that much in value, but while cryptocurrencies really can rise in value, and usually, yeah, high fees also with fiat currencies. Moving around money is slow. With this Enjin Coin, everything would be able to be go much faster, okay? Some challenges that they actually have that they are going to work on is payment fraud, high fees and slow transactions, challenges, stuff that they want to solve. Payment fraud, high fees and slow transactions, lack of true ownership, locked in and centralized. I mean, that's a big thing with games, that most games are centralized. It's kind of closed system where you have in-game ways to spend, but then you have to bring out your debit card or credit card, and it's not smooth, and it is very centralized. It's not as much sharing that value between other users. It's more that you are the user, you have this centralized game, and you're only paying currency to the company. You're not sharing currency with the community, which should be how it should be. They're also trying to solve that there's no open standards, expensive and time-consuming, lack of value gamification. So real value in a game with cryptocurrency, with, for example, this Enjin Coin, this will make so someone maybe even can earn a full-time income by playing games in a frictionless way, which is sort of is a genius strategy, right? Because then those players would spend more time on the game, they would get value, and they would also provide value to improve the game because they would have the time to invest in that because they're getting paid in real world value, which is very, very cool. So communities would be able to gamify their website or mobile community with these custom Enjin coins. Increase engagement, user participation, basically forums and everything, that people, when they can get something, as we see on Steemit, people will come, okay? You'll be able to automate rewards and with condition-based triggers. I mean, it really is pretty crazy. So game publishers / content creators, they will create new tokens, be able to do that. Virtual goods, easy handle, and basically also having an option to use subscription-based services for virtual goods is genius also. And yeah, I mean, let's go down a little bit more. So obviously we can see how the industry, how much the industry is basically growing for the global market for games. It's just going to grow more and more and more because more people are having more powerful devices like smartphones these days that can handle very graphically intense games. We see popular games. We see this rise of free-to-play games basically in the Play Store. We see the new Asphalt 9, amazing game on Android phones and also on iOS devices. and the games are getting really powerful. The only thing they need is a token system, right? The only thing they need is a token system, and then you can basically create a full gaming world, basically. And let's see, it's going to be around 1 billion of these coins. So for example, we can compare it with Steam. That's going to have 600 million coins, I think, in like 30 years. Right now it's around 300 million coins. And 1 billion might sound like super much, but when we have to consider that it's a global market, right? So global world with billions of people, and a lot of people is into gaming. So 1 billion, if a lot of people is using it, it might not be that much coins, basically. But it definitely will provide nice liquidity because people lose coins and stuff like that, as we'll see with Bitcoin. I saw a report that around 36% of Bitcoin in circulation might be lost forever. So these billion coins would probably be a lot of the future, which is gonna be cool. And one thing that I sort of that's going to be interesting to see with these virtual goods, for example, we have seen how popular Minecraft is. We have seen how popular Minecraft is, and why Minecraft became so popular is because people can create their own worlds in Minecraft, and this would be sort of the same. So you will be able to create your own virtual goods and maybe even assign your own engine value to that virtual good, and then other people in that game would be able to buy and sell it, basically, which would be pretty cool, right? Here you can see, for example, how it would work with this Enjin Coin, that is an ERC20 token. So you have these branded coins below, and they are all assigned to the Enjin Coin. It sort of is the same way as, or pretty identical, how Steam is going to work with the smart media tokens. That the smart media tokens will be sort of branded coins, and then you'll be able to trade and sell them for Steam, basically, to use Steam as electricity on the blockchain. So unique items, that is really what people want. I mean, that's why Minecraft was so successful. So unique items, that you can create something that no one else has. I think that is really what can make this project a big success. And here you can see sort of how the whole system would work. So let's say this is you purchase an item in the game server here. It goes through the API to the trusted platform, and it basically goes and read the contracts, this specific smart contract that's connected to the Enjin Coin. You have a mobile wallet, and you also have a browser wallet extension. It's important that you create a full-on ecosystem where everything's frictionless. It doesn't depend, like if you use a smartphone, you have a wallet for there. If you use a desktop computer, you have a wallet here. It's all about integrating everything in a very cool way. Here you can also see a screenshot of sort of how it would perhaps look like. So you buy some silver coins here, and someone accepts it, and then you can sell it. Very cool stuff. Or for example, in a mobile wallet here, you can see your items for a specific game, and you can see the current value it has if you would, for example, sell it for Enjin coins. And then you can of course trade it in for any other cryptocurrency on the market. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep a look at. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this project because it looks interesting. Obviously, it's gonna come many others that is basically gonna try to do this same thing. So, for example, some people, you may just be able to use trade items and not have to deal with the Enjin Coin, and kind of like people used in the physical world when people didn't have coins. They used, I think it's called barter or something. When, let's say, I have a cup and you have a phone and you don't want the phone more, you want the cup, and we can just trade it without using the coin, also by having different contracts pretty cool stuff. And I definitely think that the future is going to be more about games, making everyone basically have a fun time. As you see here, 1 billion ENJ tokens will ever be created. We can compare that, for example, with XRP, Cardano. I think both of them have around 100 billion. I'm not exactly sure 100% on that, but yeah, I mean, I like this project. I mean, I'm gonna keep a look at for it. Gaming for sure is the future, and I'm also gonna leave a link in the description of this video if you want to check out this website or this project website. Basically, hopefully they have a Telegram page. This is the co-founder Maxim, and you have another co-founder here, Vitek. So it's cool. I think they're gonna solve a real thing. That it seems like they have a good plan on something that's going to be in demand. Basically, the people, every game should have this. Every game should have tokens, right? So yeah, a quick video talking about that. Hopefully people enjoyed it. Have an awesome day, YouTube. Have an awesome day, Steam blockchain.